Hey everybody, welcome back to another Pixel Worlds video. Today I'm going to count down the top 5 Netherworld weapons in the game, so let's get right into it. At number 5 we have the small water gun or swordfish sword. So the small water gun does 110 water element damage and the swordfish sword does 120. So these are both great weapons for the Nether, but definitely don't compare to some of the weapons higher up on this list. The small water gun is a 2017 daily bonus VIP prize, and the swordfish sword is a community item that you can get from the blueprints, the community item blueprints, and they're both great weapons for the Nether. Alright, at number 4 we have the Cyber Berserker Battle Arm. So these actually do 110 light elemental damage with a 30 damage, like base damage. So these are really great and also super cheap, the cheapest item on this list, and you should definitely pick them up for Nether. They're super good. I don't remember if they were nerfed or not, but they're still really good for Netherworld. Of course you can obtain these as a legendary from the alien booster. Okay, so at number 3 we have Poseidon's Trident, which actually has a 118 base damage, 1% crit, and 20 water elemental damage. This is super great, and it's also 3 range, not that it matters in Nether, but it's super good for Nether because of that water damage, and the base damage is really good too. This was obtained from the 2019 summer event. It has been nerfed, but it's still a great weapon for the Nether. At number 2 we have the Pro Water Gun and Elite Water Gun. The only difference between these two is the Pro Water Gun does 125 water damage, and the Elite Water Gun does 126, so there's really no difference in any situation. So you'd probably want to pick up the Pro Water Gun, but you know, you can get either one. So these are really good for Nether because of their water damage. It does so much damage because, like I said earlier, light and water elemental damage are the two you really want to focus on in terms of weapons. And the Pro Water Gun was obtained from the 2017 summer event. It was the grand prize from that. And the Elite Water Gun was obtained from the Pixel Worlds exchange machine, only 50 of them in the game, and this is worth lots of platinum locks. So you probably want to pick up the Pro Water Gun if you're going to do this, and that's number 2. Before we show the number 1 on this list, I did want to throw out a couple extra weapons that you might want to think of as well that couldn't actually fit on this list. The first one is the Ice Rifle, which actually does 100 water damage and 30 wind damage. This is a super amazing item for the Nether, except it's untradeable, and also it's not even available anymore, so if you didn't already have it, then yeah, you can't get it anymore. So I just wanted to throw this here. That's why it couldn't make the list, because it's so limited and you can't even get it anymore anyway. And the next one is the Dark Sword, which does 140 dark damage. This is super good for the Nether, but it does dark damage, so it's just not as good as the other 5 on this list. So let's go right into the number 1. I'm sure most of you won't be very surprised, but the number 1 best weapon in the game for Nether is the green laser sword. You can also use the blue, but the green's cheaper and it's just more worth it. It does 130 light damage with 10 basic damage. This is a super great endgame item for Netherworld. It's great for Secret Base too. If you want me to do a best weapons for Secret Base video, go ahead and comment down below. It's great for Deep Nether. It's definitely not great for PvP, but this is all about Nether, so this is a great weapon for Nether. I believe it's around 100 world locks, 105 world locks, something like that. Most people don't sell this because it's such a great item for the Nether. If you are ever like grinding Nether, you're trying to get the Nether achievement, and you just want to finish the quest quickly, you definitely want to pick this up because it is such a great weapon. So that's all for this list. I did also want to mention here that the reason that these are the weapons and not things like the Excalibur or the Hammer of Might or the Club of the Hydra, any of those weapons, the reason that those aren't on this list is because they just don't stack up to the other ones. You need elemental damage to thrive in these PvE situations, and these have great basic damage, they're super good for PvP, but they're not as good for PvE. But that's about it.
Thank you. See you later.